Hey folks, it's 3:56 a.m. I've been following this hunch for a while now about some kind of fishy business going on with the EPA low-key incentivizing companies to decrease their manufacturing of PFAS, and it took me a lot of searching to realize that would be a good thing. It would be a good thing if there were those incentives, and the issue is that there aren't. So the incentive initially for these companies that were manufacturing PFAS and especially PFOA, the incentive was that there was evidence of all the harm that these chemicals can do, and it was in their best public interest to agree to the goals of decreasing their manufacturing of these chemicals. So the problem is that that's where the regulation ends. If there were, in fact, financial incentives or, just hard and fast rules and limitations on the manufacturing companies to decrease the amount of PFAS that they are making, or, ideally cut it all together, that would be great. But that's not the case. And at this point, the only incentive is to basically avoid litigation. And there is evidence of litigation that is going on with the PFAS. Looking here at the law firm of Kirkland and Ellis, they have a page posted in February of 2018 called "Don't Let PFAS Leave a Mark on Your Business Transaction." And they detail the risks of manufacturing PFAS or getting in bed with somebody who's manufacturing PFAS. Not exactly the risk to the environment and to human health, which they name, but this is really about the financial risks. And here they name, in 2006, 8 major manufacturing companies, including 3M Company and DuPont, agreed to join the US EPA's PFOA stewardship program, as we've previously discussed. And they say here, while they appear to have met their commitment with respect to PFOA, and the only major U.S. manufacturer voluntarily phased out of PFOS production in 2002, PFOA and PFOS may continue to be manufactured or used by other U.S. companies or present in imported products, right? We've seen this. They also mention that in February of 2017, not so long ago, DuPont and Chemours announced a $671 million settlement of 3,550 cases stemming from alleged releases of PFOA into the ground, air, and water from the Washington Works plant in Parkersburg, West Virginia. A $5 billion lawsuit remains pending against 3M by the state of Minnesota, under both state environmental statutes and common law grounds, which alleges 3M caused ground and surface water contamination. Notably, Minnesota is seeking punitive damages for its common law claims. So here we're seeing that the preventative measure for producing PFAS in the form of PFOA or in any form is really kind of coming in on the back end punishment for allowing these chemicals to get into ground and surface water. And there's no punitive action that's taken for the manufacturing in the first place. And these companies report themselves having reduced PFOA and PFOS amounts, PFAS amounts. And that's about it for the surveillance on that. So we know what PFAS are. We know some of the things that they're in. What we don't know is at what levels, really. I mean, we heard from the American Cancer Society that, at least in Teflon pans, they're in very small amounts. That's great. But especially in terms of water, drinking water, groundwater, surface water, across the nation, we really don't know. And we don't know all the ways that they're still getting into the water, as in where they're still being manufactured. So that's the big overview. Thanks for tuning in. It's 4:03 a.m.